Hey guys, there's been a lot of backlash from the far right and the Republicans and the rich white males saying that we're trying to basically occupy the English language because we keep updating it. That's not the case. There's barely any words we're changing, and things evolve. And if you want to be on the right side of history, you should follow college students and the far left because we tend to be right about things. I mean, a long time ago we said you shouldn't burn witches alive, and a long time ago we said that gays shouldn't get beaten up, and that turned out to be true. Same with blacks. So maybe listen to us a little bit. Here are I count like maybe 30 words and phrases you can't use, and I was inspired to put together this list because on the weekend. This affluent neighborhood in San Francisco, the No Valley Glen Park area, got into a debate online about the term criminal. And they said, and this is true, they said that you shouldn't call thieves criminals because it's negative. You should be more specific and call them like the person who stole my bike. Because when you call a thief a criminal, what you're doing is you're not understanding what brought him there. And what brought him there was probably racism, and he probably got beat by cops. And you get to a point where you have no choice but to steal a bike. Anyway, that's number one on the list. Criminal. Don't say it. Ever. Thug is number two. That word is basically the new N-word. People can't say the N-word on the news, and they're dying to, so they go, these goddamn thugs are playing their music too loud and they're breakdancing all over the subway. We know what you mean, racists. And that brings me to N-words. N-words are still bad. Negro is bad, and then the other one, I don't even want to think it, but a lot of times you'll see it in acronyms like NWA and the NAACP. Never spell out those acronyms, okay? Or a bolt of lightning will hit you. Also, within that, I guess, maybe this is a different one, I'm not sure, but colored people is wrong. You say people of color. African Americans is kind of old. And if you say black, you're an idiot. These get updated about every 5 years. So people of color is what we say in 2015. Also, as we pointed out in a recent video, Melissa Harris Perry was wise enough to discuss hard work. That's number 4. Hard work is for slaves and single moms without health care. If you use it, you are saying that they're lazy. Number 5, politically correct is now politically incorrect. As the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee pointed out, when you say politically correct, you're being a douche. I'm not sure if you can say douche. Bossy, obviously the dictionary is way behind the times, and it says that it means domineering and fond of giving orders. Yeah, right. We know it's code. A lot of these words are code. And bossy is code for women, young girls specifically, should not be ambitious. That's what bossy means. It means shut up, little girl. Go buy a little easy bake oven. Stop having dreams. 7 to 9, 7, 8, and 9 are he, she, they. Harvard, one of the smartest schools in the world, was smart enough to replace them with z, her, and hers. That sounds kind of like hers. Z, her, and hers. You don't need to know the gender of the person in the story, okay? Unless it was a white male. Let's not talk about it. The is really bad. I think the is an article I remember from grammar school. That's number 10. So if you're talking about Jews, I guess that's okay, although they are oppressing Palestinians, and you're anti-Semitic if you hate them. I get confused with Jews, to be honest, because they're white, but they're also a minority. But yeah, never say the Jews or the blacks. That's what racists do. Also, number 11, too, T-O-O. If you say someone is too, like, no one ever says a man is too short. Outside of the rapper, they always just say he's short. But women are either too skinny or too fat, too. Never say too. So if a woman is skinny, just say she's skinny. And if a woman is fat, say she's plus-sized. Man, number 12, also a huge bad word. There's a site called The College Fix that helped explain a lot of those. They have man-made is machine-made, and congressman is congressional representative. You also, sorry to laugh, I was remembering a joke I heard earlier today. For dear sir, you go, dear members of the search committee. That's instead of sir. I don't totally understand that. I assume it means someone rich lost something and they're writing the people that are looking, like maybe Scott Peterson would be writing them, or someone who's rich and has a dog and has a search committee. You don't have to get all these. Just know that they're wrong. Number 13, saying something is a woman thing. This is a huge mistake that the University of California made recently when they said tampons were a woman thing. No. Lots of men menstruate. If you're a woman and you identify as a male, your genitalia may not have caught up to you, and you still have, as the Rastafarians say, blood clots. So you can be a man and menstruate. Tampons are for dudes. Similarly, number 14, pregnant is a sexist term. Okay? Lots of men get pregnant. Women who identify as men happen to have ovaries and happen to have babies. You're welcome. Number 15 and number 16 are both that's probably bad too, but swinging and in the field. If you imply a black man is swinging, like we're going to swing over to you, that implies he's a gorilla flying through the trees, and that is super racist, especially if the guy's gay. Also, in the field implies he's picking cotton. So we're going to go in the field to this stupid slave black gay reporter like Lee Flanagan II, and we're going to swing by him, the monkey man. That is really insulting, and that's why he had to kill his coworkers, because he was driven insane. Isn't Lee Flanagan II Lee Flanagan Jr.? I thought you don't get to use numbers till you're 3. There's probably a good reason for that, and don't ever question black males, especially when they're gay. Lame is also a really bad one. It's ableist, so never say anything is lame. And a lot of people who were saying something was gay moved over to say it's lame. Oh shoot, gay is one too. Don't ever say either of those. Dwarf is another really, really bad one, okay? That is why a theater in Leicester, England changed the name of their Snow White play to Snow White and Her 7 Friends. That is awesome. You know, midgets used to hate that word, and they moved to dwarves, and now it moved to little people because dwarves is bad. It's friends. If you have a friend that's a dwarf, he's a friend. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that so complicated? Number 19, niggardly. That is the worst word you can ever say, okay? And if it's, you know, I don't care what the origins of it, you know when you say niggardly, you are just screaming, negativity! You are being negative! Don't fucking say it, okay? The black and beautiful mayor of DC recently fired a lily white top aide, David Howard, for using the term. You will get fired if you use that term. I don't care what it means. Number 20, chink in the armor. Some dude from ESPN got fired for saying that because Jeremy Lin was in a picture nearby. Now, I don't care what he meant to do. What happened was Jeremy Lin might have seen that, and that might have hurt his feelings. A lot of this stuff is about preventing things that could have happened possibly if someone might have checked them out, possibly, maybe. Number 21, rape. Now, this word is very complicated. Just don't use it. Just unless you've been raped, unless you're a woman, avoid it. Because rape, the police have a really antiquated view of this. Rape is now something you regret, like with Mattress Girl when it went in the hiney, and then later she said, I like you, but I didn't like that, I guess, later. Or all these girls that regret horsing around with Terry Richardson. Drunk rape, I guess I was a product of rape in that sense, because my parents are Scottish. They were likely inebriated. And then basically just any sex that wasn't awesome is rape now. So avoid that word because you're ignorant. 22, tranny. I was really disappointed recently to hear trannies use the word tranny. I guess they didn't get the memo. There's a lot. GLAAD released a very helpful guide about how to discuss this sort of eggshells topic of today. They have all kinds of handy clues like avoid the term sex change because sex is, I think, BS. And then gender identity disorder is also outdated. You say gender dysphoria now, which is still listed as a mental disorder, but it's not. And then I just want to wrap it up with a very helpful guide that the Western University in London came up with that included my favorite 7. This is 23 to 30 now. Blind, where's the pants, whitewashed, gingers, you're so skinny, spirit animal, freak, and get over it. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain these, but there's a lot of ignorant people out there in it who don't understand these. Blind, if you say you're blind, you're saying someone's blind. Imagine how a blind people feels when he hears that. They can hear, you know. Deaf people can't hear, stupid. Where's the pants? Outside of Hillary Clinton and her pantsuits, when you say wear the pants, you're saying that men are better than women and women should be raped. Whitewashed, okay? That implies that things are better when they're white. You're like saying basically that a plant would do better out in the sun than it would in a closet. That's a racist lie. Gingers, don't talk about red-haired people at all, even though they're linked to Neanderthals and a lot of them are drunk. And you're so skinny, that's really crappy to do around fat people because they're dying of obesity. And spirit animal, of course, mocks the Native Americans, even if you meant it as a joke. Freak is mean to freaks. And get over it. Yeah, what if someone was black and their entire family was trapped under a car and it burned and they all died and the only survivor has those little weird mitten hands and his face looks like cold cuts. It's just like eye, mouth. And you go up to him and you go, get over it. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Don't ever use that term. It trivializes PTSD. So if you use any of these terms, and that includes any of the ones I've mentioned and any I forgot, I think I forgot gay, which doesn't mean lame. You can't say that either. Just the general rule is don't disparage an entire group and say anything that could imply or lead to violence against that group. Okay? Kill all white men.